Rome is a beautiful city with a lot to see and do, but there are things you need to know before visiting. So in this video, I'll share with you a few practical tips that will help prepare for your trip to Rome based on my travels coming right up. Hi everybody, I'm Antoinette and welcome back to my channel. At Frolic and Courage, I like to make videos on travel, food, and life, and today we are talking about what you need to know before going to Rome. The first thing you need to know before going to Rome is that there is a visible military presence around the city. And you know what? This can be a little bit of alarming at first sight. You have these camo uniforms, these large trucks, these assault rifles, these people in front of concrete barriers. But guess what? You'll only see them around large monuments. But why are they there? Well, in 2008, Operation Strade Sicure, or Safe Streets, was launched to protect Italy's most treasured spaces from global terrorism. So my tip to you before you go to Rome is to not let their presence impact your enjoyment of the city. They're there for a reason that has nothing to do with you, right? And after a while, you almost forget that they're there. So honestly, enjoy yourself in Rome, never mind them, keep calm, and carry on. The second thing you need to know before going to Rome is that the store hours vary, and especially for family-run, smaller artisan businesses. When we think about going to Rome, we think about all the pizza and all the shopping, all the pasta, and all of the sightseeing that we'll do from dawn until dusk. But in reality, most stores in Rome are open from about 9 to 10 a.m.-ish to about 1 p.m. They take a break, and again, the store opens from about 3 to about 7:30 p.m.-ish. And you've gotta be really flexible with the shop owners, because these times, as you can tell, are pretty fluid, and you may have to return. For example, my sister and I went to Rome for my birthday, and we wanted to purchase custom-made sandals. The website said that the store was open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, but when we showed up, like, crickets. It was dark in there and we couldn't see anybody and we had no idea what was going on. So the guy across the street, the shop owner from the restaurant, came to us and said, "Hey, the guy, he usually goes to get a drink with his buddies around this time. He'll be back in like 15 to 20 minutes. And we were like, okay, sure. So honestly, my tip to you all would be just to do what we did and just go with the flow. So instead of getting upset or angry, like, why aren't you here at these set hours that are listed on your website? Like, no, like none of that. We went sightseeing and we took pictures, and after about 15-20 minutes flew by, we came back and met the shop owner. We had one of the most fabulous boutique experiences of our whole entire trip. We learned about the shop owner, we learned about where he sources materials, he took us around his shop. He was so friendly, and we would have really missed out if we were so strict with our schedule that we couldn't even take a little bit of a detour. Have a little bit of flexibility with the store owners and the shop hours and you'll be just fine. And if you want to see exactly how the custom made sandals turned out, because this guy was a jewelry maker turned custom shoe maker, check out the link in the description box below for my birthday vlog in Rome where you can see everything. The third thing you need to know before going to Rome is that paying for public transportation requires some kind of cash. While in Rome, we took public transportation a lot, and I learned that not all metro systems, especially in Rome, accept cards. So my tip to you all would be to bring some cash, and by cash I mean euros since Italy uses the euro. Having extra euros handy will help you not only buy your transportation tickets, but it's just a good practice in general. Of course, there are taxis and Ubers and a number of other different ways to get around that might be faster or cheaper or better or not, that do accept cards, so stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell because I'm going to drop a video of how to get around Rome on a budget. Y'all know I like to do these videos whether it's Paris or Madrid or London or Miami, so check for that coming soon. The next thing you need to know before going to Rome is you may need to temper your expectations for breakfast and dinner. So, how do I need to temper my expectations? Honestly, it's that breakfast is simple. You might get a cappuccino and a pastry, maybe a yogurt and fruit if you're going and doing the most. But honestly, don't expect a buffet breakfast unless you're staying at a hotel and you pay for an American-style buffet breakfast. When you're in Rome, just coffee and carbs, bring on the coffee and carbs for breakfast. And dinner starts late. Also, make your reservations for restaurants online, but honestly, dinner starts around 7 p.m. and that's considered early, with most people going to dinner at like 8 or 9 p.m. all the way up until around midnight. There are plenty of options to choose in Rome with a number of Michelin star restaurants, so you will never want for good food in Rome for sure. And while we're on the topic of food, know that pizza can be a little bit complicated. And this is a really helpful tip for visiting Italy in general, and of course, specifically Rome. In the US, we typically have a regular round pizza from like Papa John's or Domino's, or a deep dish Chicago style or a New York style, which is large and flat. Maybe a flatbread pizza, but in Italy, pizza varies by the region and it's not meant to share. So when you're in Rome, know that there are different types of pizza. There's pizza from Rome, which is different from the Tuscan style pizza, different from the pizza from Florence and in Naples and in Sicily. And there are different styles. Particularly in Rome, pizza is a flatbread style purchased by the slice or weight called pizza al taglio, which means pizza by the cut, where it's literally like cut with scissors. So cool. It usually comes with a max of like 3 to 4 fresh ingredients to help preserve the integrity, which is different from my favorite pizza, which is Supreme, where I have all the ingredients on it. In Rome, you'll find pizza rossa alla romana, which is really popular. It's just dough and tomato sauce, so no cheese, no toppings, nothing. And if you don't know how much weight your pizza may be when you're ordering a pizza al taglio, just use your hands to show, hey, I want this big of a slice, or maybe just this big. When you're in Rome, you'll also find pizza napoletana, which is most like the US pizza, which is round and fluffy crust with cheese. There's also pizza siciliana, which is a thick pan type of crust pizza, romana tonda, which is a flat, round, thin crust, and pizza fritta, which is a fried pizza. And you can also call a calzone a type of pizza fritta. So my tip to you all would be to research the type of pizza you want to try and find out where to get it before coming to Rome. If you walk into any pizza place in Rome, you're not gonna see a round pizza versus a flatbread. They're gonna be different everywhere you go. So make sure you know what type of pizza you want and then request it and go to that type of place. Speaking about walking to a restaurant, the 6th tip you need to know before going to Rome is how to read a menu in Rome. In the US, we typically have 3 sections: appetizers or starters, your entree, which includes a side dish, keep that in mind, and a dessert. You eat and then you leave. In Rome, dinner is a multi-course event and it must not be rushed, and I love it because I am a slow eater. The first section of the menu is called the antipasto, which is exactly that, your appetizers. The second course is called the primi, which is your first course of either pasta, soup, or risotto rice. It's like your carb dish. Sometimes it can have meat in it, but if you're expecting like a spaghetti and meatballs, that's really not a thing. And if you see that on a menu in Rome, you better run because you could be dining at a tourist trap with disappointing food and pay a crazy price for it. Don't do that. So what type of primi should you look for in Rome? There are 4 really great things to try: the gricia, the cacio e pepe, the carbonara, or the amatriciana. We actually made our own amatriciana. We hand did the pasta, we stirred the stew and made our own tomato sauce, and we cut it was so delicious. So check out the link in the description box below on our last day in Rome, where we went to a cooking class, we bought all the ingredients, and we made it and we ate it, and it was amazing. But back to the menu. The 3rd section of the menu you'll see is called the secondi, which is the second course of either meat, poultry, or a fish. It is just meat, no sides. No sides at all. So if you order a secondi, you're just gonna get meat on a plate handed to you. And it's gonna be delicious meat for sure, which leads me to the 4th section of the menu, which is the contorni. These are your side dishes, your vegetables, your salads. And speaking of salads, another thing you need to know about dining in the menu in Rome is that salad dressing isn't really a thing. So your ranch, your Italian dressing, your blue cheese, doesn't exist. And if you ask for a dressing, don't be surprised if you are brought olive oil and vinegar. Just go with it, sprinkle a little olive oil on your salad, follow it up with a little bit of vinegar, table salt, table pepper, maybe ask for a slice of lemon, and boom, there you have your own salad dressing. The last 2 things on the menu you'll find are the dolce, which are your desserts, and of course your drinks. But don't feel pressured to order everything because it is a lot of food. And if you want to taste everything and say you're going to Rome with a friend or a family member, maybe consider sharing like an antipasto or a primi and a contorni, and keep the secondi, the meat dish, for yourself because it's really just enough for one person. If you want everything to come out at once, because everything comes out in sequence, one after the other after the other, you can ask them to bring everything out at once, even though it may crowd your table, but if you're sharing a dish, maybe it won't. I don't know. But just know that the food is gonna be amazing. A few more things you need to know about going to Rome about restaurants in general is that they close between lunch and dinner, with lunch being around 1 p.m. and dinner being around 8 p.m. as we talked about before. Tap water is free and tipping isn't expected, but a coperto, which is a cover charge to get in, and a service charge may be included in the bill under what's known as a servizio incluso. So you really don't have to tip, it's not really expected, but check your bill for that servizio incluso. Number 7, Rome is wonderful, but honestly, use Rome as a base to go exploring the other regions of Italy. Italy is the 23rd largest country in the world with over 61 million residents. For comparison, in the US, Italy spans from New York to North Carolina, and there's a lot of culture and a lot of things to see in between. Same thing with Italy. If you base yourself in Rome, you are just a few hours drive or train ride or flight to Tuscany, Florence, the Amalfi Coast. They're all within reach. If you want to see what an actual day trip looks like to these places, check my description box below for that Planning a Trip to Italy playlist. The 8th thing you need to know before going to Rome is that everybody doesn't speak English. Well, I mean, you might get a by with English, but honestly, don't risk it and don't assume. Just know some Italian and take the time to learn. Phrases like good morning, buongiorno, good evening, buonasera, please, per favore, thank you, grazie, hello, goodbye, ciao, and ciao again, yes, sì, and no, no, where is the bathroom, dove è il bagno? And knowing these phrases can really make your trip that much sweeter, and you'll be able to connect more with the people of Rome by just speaking a little bit of the language and showing that effort. Oh, and it also helps to know the numbers 0 to 9, just in case. It's always a good thing. This is the most practical and important of all the tips. Bring the right shoes. Rome is a walkable city, but it's also an ancient city. Cobblestone and straight stone streets can destroy your feet, and your ankles and your legs can be incredibly sore by the end of the day, and if it rains, it can be really slippery when wet. So bring lightweight shoes with a thick rubber sole with some type of like traction or grip to it, a supportive cushioned insole, and adequate foot support for the most possible protection. Sneakers are really popular in Europe, so whoever told you sneakers aren't, don't even believe them. I've seen so many Adidas and Nikes, it's crazy. So don't feel like you will stand out from the crowd if you wear sneakers, but if you're wearing flip-flops or these thin little flats or high heels or shoes with no grip, like that'll make you stand out because it may not be comfortable for you walking all over this gorgeous city. These are a few tips based on my experience, and this list is by no means exhaustive. So if you've been to Rome, please share your best tips in the comment box down below, and share this video with a friend. Share it with somebody who needs to hear this information before their next trip to Rome. Don't forget to check out my Planning a Trip to Italy playlist in the description box down below and after this video, so you can see all of my travels, what we did, where we stayed, all these tips in action. Thank you so much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It would really help out my channel. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and click on the notification bell for when I drop my next videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!